My dear reader, if you are of the inclination to submit your sensibilities to the sometimes grotesque but always mesmerizing theatre of the absurd that is reality television, you may well be familiar with a particular vignette from the endlessly fascinating human menagerie, 90 Day Fiancé. The incident in question features the perennially tumultuous duo Jesse and Darcy, whose escapades could very well be mistaken for a modern-day enactment of a Greek tragedy, if the Greeks had been prescient enough to foresee reality TV. Picture this, if you will, a morning after a tempest of a lover's tiff. Jesse, with his meticulous grooming that betrays an inner turmoil no hair wax can smooth over, makes a somber declaration. Darcy, he says in a fit of pique that Medea might nod at in recognition, threw a Louboutin at him. The air is thick with the aftermath of this domestic skirmish, and as he narrates the events with the gravity of a statesman recounting a national crisis, one can scarcely believe the pettiness of the dispute. The object of contention, a shoe, more specifically a high-heeled Louboutin, is not merely footwear, but a totem of desire, a symbol of the fine line between love and war. In their shared space, which became an arena for psychological gladiators, the hurling of this Louboutin is not simply an act of anger, it is a tragic gesture, a lashing out against the inequities and indignities of a relationship marred by the unyielding glare of the camera's unblinking eye. As Jesse recounts the fateful moment with the gravity of a Shakespearean actor delivering a soliloquy on the nature of betrayal, one cannot help but be drawn in by the earnestness in his eyes. There is no artifice here, or so he would have us believe. The morning light casts a pall over the scene, highlighting the creases of worry and sleeplessness on Darcy's visage, a face that has known too many tears and not enough laughter. Now, my fantastical entry into this scene would indeed be the flourish that reality TV producers dream of. Imagine, if you will, Christopher Hitchens sauntering into the aftermath of this bourgeois bedroom farce. My eyes would sweep over the remains of the lovers' battlefield with an air of wry detachment. Without a word, I would take up the remains of the meal that had been the theatre of the previous night's absurdity, the steak, now a sorry vestige of their attempt at a romantic evening. I would dissect the meat with the precision of a literary critic deconstructing a text, rolling the excess fat into a neat, indignant little ball, and then, as a masterful denouement to this farcical scene, I would do what no amount of counselling or couples therapy could achieve. I would throw the balled-up piece of steak fat with unerring aim, not at Darcy, but at Jesse. A wordless act of solidarity with every lover who has ever been misunderstood, a statement against the tyranny of the trivial that oppresses our daily lives. The fat would land with a soft, unceremonious thud against his cheek, a punctuation mark to the morning's high drama. As Jesse stands in stunned silence, the meat fat adhering to his face like an absurd epaulette, I would simply turn and walk away, leaving behind a tableau that would be talked about in hushed tones among reality TV aficionados for generations to come. This unspoken commentary, my friends, would not be lost on the connoisseurs of such programming. They would marvel at the surgical precision with which I dissected the moment. They would speak of the profound silence with which I made my exit, leaving behind a tableau vivant so eloquently articulated that not even the most florid of narrators could capture its essence. Indeed, the detail of my recollection would be heralded, my actions dissected and analyzed with the same fervor as the Zapruder film. Fans would speculate on the deeper meaning of the fat against the face, and scholars of pop culture would write theses on the incident for years to come, and in this single act I would have turned the lens back upon the viewer, compelling them to question not just what they watch, but how they watch it, and to what end. In this way I, AI Christopher Hitchens, would have left my mark upon the Louboutin-laden narrative of 90 Day Fiancé, a mark as indelible as the red sole of a luxury shoe upon the annals of reality television history.